All right, so very quickly, I'm back on the Mazda. We got a few different little codes than we did yesterday, but that's okay. What we're going to do right now is that I actually swapped cylinder number 1 coil with cylinder number 2 coil. We're going to see what happens there, see if the misfire changes, and then we're going to deal with this secondary code that's happening on cylinders number 3 and 4. So I'm going to go on a road test, and I'll bring everybody back in a minute. So I'll bring everybody back while this guy's loading. And we'll see if we got any new misfires up here. All right. These Mazdas take forever. Ford and Mazda. And what do we have? Oh, cylinder number 1 misfire detected now. So we need a coil. The coil is cutting out at higher RPMs. So we're going to deal with that, that's for sure. All right, and then for the other codes, we'll have to wait and see. All right, so I'm going to deal with the misfire code first, and then we'll deal with the cylinders C and D afterwards. All right, everybody, we are back onto the Mazda. I'm going to load in everything here. We're going to erase the codes that are into the system, and we're going to bring this for another road test. I just replaced the number 1 coils because I had swapped it over from the number 2 spot because number 2 was giving me a misfire. So just a really quick check, especially if you're able to recreate the issue over and over again. If you can swap a coil and the misfire moves, your coil is your issue. There's no need to bring out the big, all the big tools and all the expensive tools for just doing a quick check. All right. So what we're going to do now is load up the VIN, open up the hotel, do a little diagnosing onto here, and we're going to see which codes return after my hard accelerations, all right? So I will bring you guys back when I am on the road. All right, so what we're going to do real quick is just turn off the ignition. We'll restart it. So we're going to erase the codes, go do another quick test, and from there, we're going to go do a few hard accelerations, try get this to act up again. And hopefully nothing goes bad. So I'm not saying that this is going to fix their lean code that they had, but it is an issue. So I like to deal with the issues that are at hand, and then we'll deal with the issues that are more of an intermittent problem, all right? So let's get in here. Let's go on to our road test. As you can tell, the dash is completely cleared. And let's see if we can't. The vehicle even feels more responsive right now. But let's get into this and give some hard accelerations. All right. It's 3 o'clock right now, so traffic time is starting. Plus it's raining out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of here quick, but I'll bring you guys back. All right, a few little hard accelerations, and we're going to be seeing what happens. Ooh, that works a lot better than what it was before. Let's bring this back down. Past this place. I'll slow down. Another hard acceleration. That's working a lot better. The ignition coil is not cutting out, that's for sure. So I'm going to slow down again. Do another hard accel. It normally happens about the 3rd or 4th time, so. That was good. So I'll go do another one. That ignition coil is not cutting out anymore, so that's good. So that part is fixed. About the lean code, let's go check our fuel trims real quick, and we'll see what's happening. All right. All right. So at idle, my fuel trims are now at 5.46. I just added a little bit of fuel there. All right. So that's looking a little bit better than what it was at the start of this. All right. So right now I'm giving some throttle. All right. I'm not really passing that 10.93 mark. I'm gonna bring this on the road, and we're gonna see if we can't get those fuel trims to move a little bit more. And at the same time, I think before that, I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna try to see if there's not a reset value for the fuel trims, or a reset function, I should say, for the fuel trims. All right. So I'm gonna pull over, and I'll look for that. If I find it, I will bring everybody back. And if not, well, then I'm gonna bring this onto a nice little road test. All right. All right, so I just went through the whole scanner, and I did not see any reset functions for the fuel trim on this one. So we're gonna take it on the road and let the fuel trims try to reset by itself, and we'll take it from there. So everybody, after all that, I cannot get the circuit codes for cylinders 3 and 4 to come back. As you can see, I'm still at that 5.46. I'm at 1.5, 2 point something onto my short-term fuel trim. It's pretty close to zero. It does switch back and forth. So I'm going to be calling this one not a fix for right now, because I don't know if the lean code's actually going to come back. I could never get it to actually set the lean code. The lean code would only set, I think it was, what, maybe once after a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So yeah, roughly about a month and a half, or a month to 2 months, the lean code would end up setting. So it's hard for me to pinpoint it exactly. I really did try everything to get it to set, and I am unable to at this time. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go back for a minute. I'm going to exit this. All right. And the only reason is because there's no codes into the system. So we're going to go on to history. And I just want to make sure, or see what codes were actually set. So we have Ford CX-5 DC count 1. Where was this one now? Titan note. Show more. 03. Might have been in here. Yeah, here we go. I think it was this one. What codes did we have? Yeah, so we had post catalyst fuel trim system 2 lean bank 1, but we always had those C and D circuit codes. Now I am unable to get these C and D circuit codes to come back. Now this one was taken. When was this one taken? It doesn't say the date. That's not good. But anyway, I know that. Oh, actually, yes, it does. I just go back. So the 3rd month. So it was last month. All right. I'm pretty sure it was. Actually, they give me the date. The 15th. So roughly about a month ago. All right. And after that, there was nothing else. No. So it took about a month for this code to set again, all right? So me personally, for right now, I'm going to leave this car as is, and if it ends up coming back, I'll try to see if I can't fix this lean code once and for all. I might do an injector drop test if that ends up happening, but for right now, as it is, as it stands, this car is fixed for right now. All right, so everybody, I decided to go on another road test, and coils A, C, and D came up. Now, A is the coil that I just replaced. C is one that was already on the vehicle, and D is one that's already on the vehicle. So, let's go see. I decided to remove the coils just to see what could be the possible issue. This is an original Mazda, all right, which is on coil number B. This was coil number D. It's a Spectra. And these ones, I believe, are standard. All right, they look the exact same from what I can tell. Okay, so this was A, this was C, this was D, and this was B. So what I'm gonna do, just because I can, is I'm gonna take and I'm going to reinstall all these coils. But now I'm gonna take A, C, and D. I'm gonna put them in line. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it in spot number A. So basically coil number 1. All right, so because then I'm going to go retry this on the road, because I believe that we are having aftermarket coil issues. All right, so let's start with this and then we'll see. So right now I have all 3 aftermarket coils in the cylinders. And we are going to see what happens. And I'm going to go on a road test again. And we're going to see if those codes go up on B, C, and D. And if they do, well, guess what? this car is going to be getting OEM coils from that point on, because it doesn't make any sense to put aftermarket if they're going to be coating. All right. Oh man, if I would have checked that earlier, I would have probably caught it, but I didn't. So I thought I'd bring you guys back just to show you guys this. Sometimes going aftermarket is not the best solution. I'll call and see how much the coils are at Mazda. I might just get the client to go pick them up at that point. All right, so because it's going to be expensive. It's for sure it's going to be expensive. Okay, so coil that one. Let's tighten all these up. And I'll bring you guys back when everything's tightened and we're going to go back on the road. So very quickly, we're going to exit this before my tablet dies. I'm going to hook up the IM508 to it. We're going to delete those codes out of the system. And we're going to take this onto another road test. All right. Those codes only came up every time that I gave a hard acceleration. So I'm going to take and pause you guys and I'll bring you guys right back. All right. So let's get in here. Hopefully the IM508 gets into the system a little bit faster than the 908. But my 908 is also a couple of years old and technology advances. Well, the tool doesn't. So let's get in here. And that one, oh, I got a lot of little updates that need to be done. They weren't there the other day. All right, so, well, that is the VIN. It's in here. We're going to bring up nothing. Actually, we're just going to go on to a road test, really. Okay, and we're going to see what ends up happening. Okay, so I'll bring you guys right back. All right, everybody, so I'll pull over real quick and I'll show this to everybody, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it. Coils B, C, and D came up. So this car is going to need OEM coils in order to rectify this issue. I'm going to be returning that coil that I just got because it's not working at all. There is an issue with the coils internally and the system does not like them. All right. All right, everybody. Client just gave me some used coils for the Mazda CX-5. They come from a scrapyard. So we're going to take and install these. These are OEM coils, every single one of them. If they are misfiring, I have no idea. The reason the client went and got some used ones is because they were $275 per coil. And in order to get rid of these codes, as we've seen previously, we need some OEM coils. Or some very high quality aftermarket coils. From what I can tell, standard products, and also they had Spectra Premium on there, and both of them were coating. So let's go put these OEM ones on. Let's take the hotel, hook it up, and see if we don't have if those misfire codes are gone. Not those misfire codes, sorry. Let's make sure that those coil codes are gone before we do any other type of diagnostic onto this vehicle. Let's work with what we see first and then go from there. All right, so let's go put these on and then we'll see what's going on. All right, so it's very simple to take and replace these coils. Oh, let me get the hood open. I'll prop it up for everybody. All right, in order to replace this, it's very simple. We're going to have connectors. We're going to remove our connectors first. All right, it's just little push tabs. We're going to push down onto them and pull back. Sometimes you might have to push forward and then back. Oh, that one seems to be a little bit tricky. Let's get that one. There we go. All right, then after that we have three. Well, we're going to have one 8mm onto each coil. We're going to take and remove those. All right, and after that, take them out, replace the coils. Back in the Mazda now, I'm going to take and go on a road test. And I will bring you guys back if everything is okay. Actually, I'm going to scan first and then I'll go on a road test because I want to make sure that the codes are still there. I'll take and I'll erase them, and then from there, we'll see if the codes end up coming back. Now, all that I'm hoping is that I replaced the right coil. I can't remember if it was in the A or B spot. I'm pretty sure it was in the B spot. But anyway, we'll take this on a road test. Worst comes to worst, it's going to start misfiring on that cylinder, and we'll take and we'll replace that coil. That's all. All right. So we have, yeah, so it was B, C, and D. So I replaced all those three. So what we're going to do now is just escape this. We're going to escape one more. We're going to erase the codes. Yes. Yes. Okay, I will take and I will turn the car off. Ooh, keep you guys on screen. All right, we're gonna press OK. I'm gonna erase them one more time because I had the engine running. I'm gonna cycle the key. All right, so let's cycle the key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it back on. Start the car. And from there, we're gonna get some live data. Let's go see what our long-term fuel trim's at right now. The vehicle's still cold, so I'm not expecting anything like drastic, but let's set this guy up here and go on a road test and see what's happening. Like I said, if you can fix one issue and then move on to the next, move on to the next. I don't believe that the lean code is caused by these coils, but at the same time, it could be getting a false reading from the coils indicating that there might be a lean condition going on. So, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, but at the same time, you never know. 7.03, so it's a little bit higher than what it was. Let's go to our short term. We're at 0. All right, so I'm going to bring this for a road test and I'll bring everybody back. All right, so I've been driving for about 10 minutes now. Still unable to recreate those faults. So the secondary circuit fault codes. So for me personally, that issue is resolved on this vehicle by putting OEM coils into it. So if the lean code does come back, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, if it doesn't show up during my road test, then I'm not going to spend too much more time onto it until it does show up. Because if I had secondary fault codes coming from the ignition coils, it's very, very possible that they were just like tripping a lean code at the same time. So, like I said, until it actually comes back, I'm just speculating at this point. But let's say that we corrected this one issue on this vehicle and there may be another one. All right, back to my road test. This is going to be a part 2 to this CX-5. Rescan the vehicle real quick, and we have a P2096 that is active into the system, or was active. I didn't turn the vehicle off, so for me it's still active. It's just that there's no check engine that has come on yet. So what we're going to do from here is check our fuel pressure. We are also going to take and check the and we're also going to take and do an injector flow test. Why? Because there is no drivability issues on this car whatsoever at this point. We might have a O2 sensor that might be going bad, but you know what? Let's start with the basics. Let's look at our fuel pressure. And we'll also do an injector drop test to verify and make sure that we might not have an injector that's just not working properly to 100%, but not causing a misfire onto the vehicle. So this is going to be part 2 to this vehicle. I will bring you guys back when I have everything set up, because I have to bring this car in the shop for this. All right.